I already know what you want, and I think you already know what I want.
All right.
Well,
So
maybe.
so
Actually, yeah, I think you definitely know what I want.
okay. So how do we do this? We are how are we doing this? We're already recording, by the way.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
How long have we been recording?
Um, 24 seconds.
I thought you were about to say minutes. I was like, are
24
you
seconds.
kidding me?
24 seconds.
Fuck. Who wants to take a bath?
I'm gonna take a bath after this.
Ooh, can I join?
My bath isn't that big, unfortunately.
Make it bigger.
I don't have the I don't have the access to do that.
Well, if I come over and help you, then can we bath together?
Yeah, as long as neither of us wants to lie down, which is what I want to do.
I want to lie down.
Well, then we can't take it together, unfortunately.
Why?
It's not big enough. I
What if we
mean,
make it big enough? That's what I'm saying. I'll fix
oh,
it.
oh,
Bob the
then,
Builder. Yes,
then
we
yeah,
can.
then yeah, that's fine.
Yes, we can, Sean. Say
Yeah,
it with me.
yeah,
Yes, we can.
yeah, that. Okay, so what are we doing now? How are we doing this?
All right. So let's start off with talking about these matchups, and I just want to get my poor Lions out the way.
Okay,
So I'm gonna go first on that.
okay.
Um, so the Commanders, hell of a game from them. Fantastic fucking game, by the way. I'm a Lions fan. Um, what a fucking game from them. They played as good as they could have. Um, the Lions had some issues. Golf was definitely concussed after that hit. I think. I really do think he was. And on top of that, I do think that we would not have had the turnovers we did have had it not been for whatever reason we weren't giving the ball to Gibbs. Gibbs averaged like 9 yards per carry through the first half, and then we only used him 4 times in the entire second half. And I know that time was an issue, but at some point you have to start it off in the third because you can't just get it to a point where you're constantly turning the ball over. We did not need to make up ground like that, in my opinion. I feel like we could have made it up just as no, definitely better with Gibbs, especially with how the pass game was going in the first half. The Lions, as I said, they were only going to lose if they played down to their opponent, and they most definitely did. There was none of that red zone defense that I was expecting them to have. Because even on like the first couple drives, like I wasn't even worried when the Commanders were marching because our red zone defense with Anzalone in the lineup has pretty much been impeccable all season, but it just was not there. And yeah, that's about it. Jaden Daniels though, he he might be it, he's gonna be one of the best quarterbacks if he keeps this up. Like he's gonna be marquee, like probably top three,
Wow,
top four. Yeah,
wow,
probably top four.
that's bold.
I mean, what has he done to not be worthy of that?
Nothing
He's
yet.
been fantastic.
Yeah, nothing yet.
So yeah, I had the Lions over the Commanders, and that did not go well. So, what were your thoughts on that Lions Commanders game?
Thought Jared
If
Goff
you have
threw
any.
3 interceptions and he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
2 interceptions, three interceptions, and he shouldn't have done that.
three interceptions and a fumble,
And a fumble.
5 turnovers,
Yep.
and if we don't throw the ball and give it to Jameer Gibbs, maybe that doesn't fucking happen. It's a pretty crazy concept to
For
me.
sure. If the Lions had 0 turnovers, that game was over 57 to
I thought
32.
I thought that was ridiculous. I I mean, Ben Johnson,
He gone.
I really felt like he had one foot out the door already.
He
Like
gone.
that's genuinely how I felt. Because how do you not have the common sense to use him? I just don't get it. So those were all your thoughts. No thoughts on Jaden Daniels.
Nah, he did good.
And
He did good.
so
I don't think he did
did
anything wrong. I
so
don't think he threw any picks. I don't think he threw anything into any
nope.
crazy heavy traffic. I think he did great.
So do you know Deani Brown
No,
or whatever his name is? So St. Brown. So fun fact, he was picked up over St. Brown. And do you know anything about St. Brown and how he feels about those who were drafted before him?
no.
He is like obsessive, like genuinely like it's kind of crazy how obsessive he is because he's like I should have been picked higher
Okay.
because he just competitive guy and he has this quote from 2022 where he was talking about De'Ami Brown and it resurfaced and now people are trying to say that he is better than St. Brown and Brown is overrated when for one thing St. Brown had like 60 more yards in the game than the dude and that was one of that dude's best performances in his career. And St. Brown averaged like over 100 yards per game. So, if you think that out there, you are delusional.
Hmm. Never heard any of that.
I know, right? You wouldn't.
Yeah, I would not.
All right, you want to talk about Eagles Rams since you seem to be not trying to do, or you're just done with Lions Commanders?
I mean, yeah, there's
Yeah.
if he just doesn't throw 3 interceptions and give the ball away, straight up, I think turnovers blew that game. Like,
Oh, obviously.
yeah, I mean that was it. It just don't turn away the ball, and you would have won.
I think like every single time we didn't turn over the ball, we got
Scored.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah, crazy.
pretty crazy concept.
Yeah, crazy.
Why the fuck is Jameson Williams throwing a ball? I mean, you can. People will say that, but if it would have worked, you would call him a genius. Like, but it didn't fucking work. And Jamo, as Jamo would, threw it into double coverage when he could have just thrown it away. Because that's what Jamo would do. I love the dude, but
He's not a
he
quarterback.
he's he doesn't have the brain to not say fuck it.
He's not a
He
quarterback.
he learned. Yeah, but like others would like. I feel like most people, and that's like whether it be, I mean, who have we thrown with this year? Like Montgomery, St. Brown, uh, someone else. I'm pretty sure we've had like three different people throw the ball outside of Goff,
Really?
and I don't think. Yep, and I don't think any of them would have. Actually, no, Penei Sewell didn't throw it. He was going to, but then he ran. Fun fact: we lost a yard on that play, and the crowd still went crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. But the other two, yeah, I feel like St. Brown or Montgomery would have definitely just thrown that ball away, overthrowing it. That was such a stupid throw.
It was a very dumb throw.
It was terrible.
It was a very dumb
I
throw.
literally watched him throw it, and I was like, "Why? Why are you giving it to John?" I said it in midair. I'm like, "Why are you giving it to Jama to throw?" And I'm like, "That's why you don't give it to Jama to throw."
Yeah.
And then I got up, got another quesadilla, took another shot, cried,
Dog, I'm telling you, these quesadillas,
bro.
never again.
Dude, so I had these quesadillas, these burrilla quesadillas that my girl made for both during the Bills game and during the Commanders game.
The 2 games that
Anyone
they
who knows
lost.
ball? That.
Yep.
All right. So, Eagles Rams. I did not watch this, so I'll let you take front and center stage. I was way too depressed.
Eagles Rams was an interesting one. The Rams got close. Rams
Barkley
got
had
close.
one good run, and that's all I know about
He
it.
had two.
Oh,
He had two.
yeah, two. Yeah, because I remember one of them won the O lineman like at like the 20-yard line,
Yeah.
motion touchdown already, and on
Yeah.
the other one, Jalen Hurts had already motion touchdown from like the 25.
Yeah. On the one that you're thinking about, Jalen Hurts from the 25, that was like a 60-yard run.
He
That
said
was
that
that
was
was the one
his
to seal the
favorite
game.
touchdown of his life.
That was the one to seal the game, which is crazy.
Saquon Barkley went out and said that that was his favorite touchdown he's ever had.
That's crazy because that was the one to seal the game,
Yep.
which makes sense. I mean, they did pretty much exactly what I expected them to do. The Rams got closer than I expected. Rams got
Yeah.
closer than I expected. Stafford threw an interception and a fumble. The Eagles did not. They won the turnover battle. Typically, you win.
Single Eagles game this year.
Typically, when you throw the...
Who they versus the Packers? Actually, no, I did watch that game. And yeah, that game really didn't say anything because the Packers were the worst team in the playoffs this year, in my opinion.
There you go.
But,
So yeah,
I mean, they
Rams
seemed to have
lost.
a much better game against the Rams.
The Eagles had a... It was a game. It was a game. And I would say that it is not surprising that the Eagles won, but it's also not surprising that it was close.
Right. Yeah.
It's also not surprising that it was close.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. It was a good game.
I mean, from just the box score.
It was also a good game to watch. It was a pretty good one.
How much snow was on the ground? I think in that Barkley clip, there was a pretty decent amount.
Yeah, it started coming down pretty heavily.
Do you think that, like,
oh, for sure,
was
that's the
part of
reason.
the reason?
For sure, that's the reason
That-
Matthew Stafford fumbled the ball.
No, I'm talking about, like, is that, like, why Barkley had such a good run? You think?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, that had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
No, I don't think
Either
that had
one?
anything to do with it. Either one, yeah.
Because I feel like in almost every single snow game, there's, like, one big run.
Yeah, no, that had nothing to do with it. They just, Saquon Barkley did Saquon Barkley things.
Right. Okay.
And that's that.
Yep.
Not much there.
All right, let's go to Ravens-Bills.
Okay, Ravens, Bills.
I also didn't watch this one, unfortunately.
I don't think you watched any of these. You watched the Chiefs game, though, right? Because it was before the Lions game. Yeah.
Yep.
So the
I watched
Ravens-
the last, like, 2 minutes of Bills-Ravens.
So the Ravens and the Bills, that was quite the game. Josh Allen did Josh Allen things, and Lamar Jackson did Lamar Jackson things, except the part where he threw 2 interceptions and fumbled the ball away.
Sounds like playoff Lamar.
And Mark Andrews, who's
Continues to suck in the
usually
playoffs.
usually extraordinarily good, dropped 2 2-point conversions, which would have won the game.
You know he has 8 drops in the playoffs?
That's a lot. And
That's
3 of them were in
ridiculous.
this last game.
Yeah.
3 of them were in this last game. So he dropped the ball twice in the end zone for 2-point conversions. And one of them was the last play of the game.
I don't understand how in the fuck.
Well, the last play of the last drive.
I can think of you said the 1 2-point conversion that I didn't even see, but the fact that they've had 3 separate 2-point conversions where they essentially tried to run the same play instead of giving it to Derrick Henry is beyond me.
I don't know, man.
That is insane.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think it's a bad play call, though, because both of them should have worked. Man just did not catch the ball.
Maybe just have someone else line up. Maybe throw everyone else off even more.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a good play call. That's like saying don't throw it to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Or Sam Laporta. Like, it's good. It's a good play call. Just, you have to catch the ball.
Yeah.
You have to catch the ball. So, unfortunately, Ravens went home. Bills play great. Did Josh Allen things.
The defense clamped.
Once again, if
They did all right.
well, Lamar threw
They
2
did all right.
interceptions.
They clamped.
Well, sure.
What do you mean?
Like, I watched the game. The interceptions were much more on Lamar than they were on the defense being good. Like, yeah, you still got to catch the ball as a defensive player.
Made more catches than Mark Andrews.
That's true. That's true. I mean, like, you still got to catch the ball as a defensive player, which is hard to do since you're a defensive player. But also, Lamar kind of needs to not throw it into the defender's chest.
Yeah. I don't...
And he can't fumble the ball away.
Did he do that at all during the season, really?
No. Most of the time that when they lost in the season, it was because of penalties. Penalties killed them.
Yeah.
This time it was not that
during the playoffs.
This time it was not that. It wasn't. They had a very clean game penalty wise, except they threw.
Pretty sure the Ravens just had a terrible first half, right? And then, am I right or wrong in saying that?
They had a great first drive, and then the second quarter was pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
And then the third quarter was also pretty much nothing. And then the fourth quarter is where it lit up.
Gotcha. Damn, I literally just sat there the entire day like I should be watching football right now.
And you didn't.
I just could not do it. I was so sad.
It's understandable.
All right, are we ready for Texans Chiefs?
I am.
All right, you'll have more thoughts than me. But so I'll go first.
Okay.
A little bit of a blur to me. Fuck, I shouldn't have said that. It's like, what part of the Texans fit? Dude, I'm just... So, like, what did the Texans do bad again? Then they turn over the ball like 3 times?
They did.
Some? Yeah, that's what I thought.
They did. Plus, C.J. Stroud got really hurt.
Yeah, that's right. He did. I completely forgot about that, yeah.
He got really hurt at the end, so it's unfortunate.
8 sacks against?
Yeah, they sacked him 8 times.
Holy fuck. I don't understand how you can just... The entire team failed Stroud. It was him. I think I was like, it was him, Nico Collins, and who else?
Joe Mixon.
And Joe Mixon.
That's
Those
right.
3.
Man, Leonard.
I honestly thought the dude was an announcer. I thought it was a different dude.
Really?
In the moment, yeah.
Wow.
But so yeah, those 3 balled out. The D line was pretty good too, weren't they? They were getting through the O line.
I mean, they sacked Mahomes like twice.
Getting pressure though.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure.
I seriously do think that the Texans, out of all these games, was probably the second closest to winning. I think they were closer than the Rams winning. Even with all things considered that happened to the Texans and how poorly they were playing.
I don't know. Maybe not based off of like actual box score.
Yeah.
But I mean, with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, yeah, I mean, it was still a game.
Yeah.
It was still a game with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Something else. I don't know. You talk.
Chiefs defense sucked. Chiefs offense was not very good except for Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro. Okay, how the fuck does Kelce get so many yards after carry? Dude, he is the slowest motherfucker in the world.
He is so slow. He's
How
so
can't these
slow.
people? How can't these people catch him,
The problem is that he gets so open. He gets so open
bro?
that,
I've
that
literally
he
seen
has so
people.
much time to run. Even though he's slow, he's got so much time to do it.
I've seen him just run past people.
He
That should
literally
not be
did do that.
happening.
He literally did do that. Like two defenders tried to tackle
Yeah,
him, and he was
I'm
like,
like,
"Nope."
how?
I thought he was gonna go to the end zone, bro. I was like, "Go, keep going, push him out of your way." He's so slow now.
The
Oh,
Chiefs
he's
damn near
old.
had, if I recall correctly, the Chiefs damn near. Now I know you all started with a short field like twice, but y'all had
Yeah,
damn near under 200 yards on the game.
yeah. No. The offense sucked.
Hmm.
Offense sucked. If it had not been for those two turnovers and the absolutely insane kickoff return to start the game,
Right.
which by the way was extraordinarily disappointing because it resulted in a field goal
Yep.
and not a touchdown because the Chiefs went 3-and-out. Well, I guess it's not 3-and-out because they didn't punt, but for all intents and purposes, it was 3-and-out.
What were your honest opinions on both the? Well, one of them was roughing the passer, but the other was unnecessary roughness. I think, or
I think they're both unnecessary roughness.
no, one of them was roughing the passer
One of them was
because he
roughing
was.
the passer. Was that the one where he hit him in the face mask?
I think.
I think he got hit in the face mask both times.
Well, the second one, the two defenders collided helmets. His head didn't get touched.
Yes, it did.
Mm,
Yes, it did. His helmet did get touched.
I don't know.
I am fairly certain. I watched it and I was like, yeah, dude literally just got hit in the helmet.
I've seen it at least 80 more times than you.
I mean, yeah, I have not seen it since the game. I have not seen it since the game, so.
I have seen it like 80 more times, bro.
Well, unless you've seen it from a different angle than they showed on TV, then it looked to me like they hit him in the helmet.
I gotcha.
So,
Oh.
I think both of those calls were fine. Even
Mhm.
if Mahomes slid down late, he still got hit in the helmet. Still can't hit the guy in the head. But Mahomes did slide
All
down late.
right.
He absolutely did slide down late.
Yeah.
If he had hit him, in the chest and stomach, sure, that's a fair,
Right.
absolutely. But he hit him in the helmet, so.
Right. So, are we done talking about Chiefs Texans, or do you have anything else you wanted to say?
Um, no, I have nothing else I want to say on that. But I am looking forward to the Justin Tucker redemption arc.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. He's already done really good work since he started, not sucking.
Is Justin Tucker
Yeah, Justin Tucker
on the Ravens?
on the Ravens. Yeah.
Okay. So, uh, so what? So what you guys have been looking at this entire time basically is our last week's predictions from last week's video, and very clearly, I got the AFC perfect. NFC not so much. I think you got one NFC wrong and one AFC wrong, so that evens out
Mm-hmm.
in that regard. So I think that puts us. So I was 5 for 6 and you were 4 for 6. So that puts us at 7 for 9. Wait, am I 7? No. What am I? Fuck.
7 of 8. 7 of 8.
No, no, but I missed 2 this week, so I'm down 3. How many games have there been?
There have been. Let's see.
There's
There's
6 games.
3 games left. There have been 10 games.
Okay, so 10 games. That means I'm 7 for 10, and you are 6 for 10.
Okay.
All right. So, let's reset our scores now that these ones don't really matter.
What does that do?
We reset.
How do I? Is it?
Um,
Yeah, I think you're just resetting that week. You're not resetting everything. So I'm just going to change it to what actually happened.
yeah, I'm resetting everything.
Okay.
You see what I'm doing?
Uh, no.
Oh, I don't know why I changed those ones. I didn't have to. So we got Eagles and we got Commanders. All right, I have mine set up.
Same.
How about you?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna go over our wants. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I don't care.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
So for what I want to happen, for one thing, I don't really like the Eagles. Um, and two, not gonna lie, I really like Jaden Daniels, even though he broke my heart. Uh, I think they're a good story. It, I feel like I would have to be a very spiteful person to have the Eagles winning this one for me personally. And that's fairly easy. And between the Commanders and Chiefs,
The who?
the Bills and Chiefs. That's funny I say that because I'm picking the Bills.
I know.
um, yeah, so I'm picking the Bills because I'm sorry, Sean, I don't want a three-peat. Um, I want Josh Allen to win because he deserves one. And I just think it'd be nice to have. I think this would be a super cool, fresh, new matchup.
It would be. Okay. I want the
Um,
Eagles.
Wait, I'm not done.
I thought you were done.
I haven't said who I wanted to win the Super Bowl.
Well, we're not there yet, dog.
Well, I already did these two. I said I would do them all.
Well,
And
we
then
do
you would do
things
them all.
by 1 week at a time. So
No.
you're going to have to wait.
No, if anything, we would typically do it by one game at a time.
Uh
And we're
huh.
not
Which is
doing that.
exactly what's happening.
What do you mean? I just did two games. I did the Bills and the Commanders.
That's what I'm about to do.
Yeah, but why not just let me finish off what I was going to do?
Because it's not how we do things. We do things week.
We've already broken the law.
We don't break laws here.
Holy fuck. All right, go ahead.
All right, I'm picking Chiefs, obviously. Duh. Okay.
Bias.
Okay. Now you may pick your Super Bowl for what you
Well,
want.
who'd you have for Commanders Eagles? You didn't even tell me who you wanted.
Oh, I said Eagles. I did say actually.
But why?
Why? What are you kidding?
Sister?
Do I really have to say it?
Is it like your sister?
Well, sister-in-law. Yeah, that's one.
But why else?
Why else? Dog. 2 words. Saquon Barkley.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna want the Chiefs to win over the Eagles because they're your team. There's not really any other reason to that. So.
Of course.
So for mine, Bills versus Commanders. I do want to see Josh Allen win one. Jaden Daniels is gonna be here. I'm confident that dude's gonna be here multiple times, and he's gonna have the opportunities.
You don't think Josh Allen will be here multiple times?
I do, but I feel like his path will be harder.
Okay. It will be
Over-
harder, for sure. There is no question. Because he's in the AFC, it is by default harder.
Well, yeah, because
Currently.
either the Chiefs or Patriots have been dominating the AFC.
Yep.
I pulled up something. The last time either the Chiefs or the Patriots were in the AFC Championship was like 2010.
Mm-hmm. You mean neither of those two?
Yep. So for this one, and Josh Allen has been fighting for this a hell of a lot longer. 3 years out of the last four, I believe, he's been eliminated by Patrick Mahomes. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
by the way, he made the AFC Championship game in like 2020, 2019,
Yeah,
2021.
2020. He
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you said that he'd
I
never been.
did. I was wrong.
Yeah, yeah. So
That was the.
I'm gonna have the Bills here because I just think I think it'd be very nice.
Okay.
And while I feel like I feel spite for not picking the Commanders here, I still have a little bit of ill will. Although the Commanders winning a Super Bowl would make the Lions defeat low key look a lot better.
It would.
Yeah.
It would.
Except for the fact that we fucking sucked.
Yeah.
All right, time to reset the scores.
Okay. Well, my pick is obvious. I'm obviously picking the Chiefs to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Obviously. Should be no surprise to anybody.
That's what I said before I did my picks.
Yeah. And you were right.
Yeah. But you didn't have to add all that. Like, just being kind of extra right now. Can we, like, start over?
No. No, we cannot.
I'm not liking the vibes from this particular video. Can we just take it from the top?
All right. All right. So.
Whoa. So Lions Commanders.
So yeah, let's recap that game.
I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you go first on who you think is going to win Commanders versus Eagles.
Well, I would like to say the Eagles are going to win.
Of course.
I would like to say that. And I think the chances are higher that that is what will happen. I think the Eagles have a better defense than the Lions.
100%.
And I think it will make it harder for Jaden Daniels to do what he did against the Lions.
Yep.
I also think that the health of Jalen Hurts is in question.
Okay.
What
part of his body?
His knee.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that, but he was injured in the game.
I did not see that.
He was injured in the game, and it was very noticeable because he took a safety instead. He took a sack in the end zone instead of running away.
Was that when he got hurt, or was that like after?
That was after he got hurt. That was the next drive.
Okay.
And everyone was like, can he run? And then he took a safety, and the answer was, no, he cannot.
Yeah.
And then later on in the game, they were at 3rd and 1 at the goal line. And they did not do the tush push. Because
he can't.
He was hurt. He didn't know if he could. He wasn't sure about it. They failed the 3rd and 1 conversion.
The snow must make it pretty hard to do the tush push too, right?
I don't know. I would assume.
Yeah, I feel like
I would assume traction is hard to get on snow. I mean, even in cleats.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like. Now, I'm not saying that the knee didn't have a factor in that, but I feel like. Were they doing a tush push before? Had they had the chance? And it worked? Every time? Okay.
And then afterwards, on the 3rd and 1 that failed, they did the tush push on the 4 and 1 afterwards. And they got it.
With the hurt knee?
Mm-hmm. With the hurt knee.
Okay, so they were still doing it.
Well, they did it anyway.
Yep.
They did it as a last-ditch effort, though. They didn't want to do it if they didn't have to. But they did. So, the Eagles will play all 4 downs if it gets to 3rd and short.
So will the Commanders, though. The Commanders have the highest amount of 4th downs. They even have more than the Lions this year.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
By
and they
a
have
lot.
like a 81% success rate so far in the playoffs.
That's good.
I saw like an 81% success rate in some regard, whether that be playoffs or this season.
Either way, that's really good.
yeah, it is. So
That's really, really good.
especially they went like 4 for 5 on the Lions or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so for me,
I didn't pick who
I
I wanted to win.
oh, my apologies. Sorry, I was just gonna talk about it.
I
That
did.
way, like we can both come
Oh
to a
no,
conclusion
go
together.
ahead. I thought you were about to pick.
No, I mean, I was gonna give you my thoughts as to who I think is gonna win.
Okay.
So the Commanders, and I said this last week, and I've continued to say it. I don't think I mentioned it when I was talking about the Lions game about how the Commanders have a bottom 5 rush defense in the league, and
I did not know
that
that.
that
Oh
and
well, Jameer Gibbs.
that showed during the Lions game when we gave Gibbs the ball, which we just stopped doing for whatever reason. But
I will
I
tell you.
don't think that the Eagles
I'm glad you're saying this.
are. I don't think that the Eagles are going to be nearly as because the Lions are a little bit of a. I, I hate to say it, but it still is fun. Like we're a fun more so like we're gonna try to like we're not gonna do what's gonna. I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly. Just
Clearly.
we play a little bit fancy, I guess you could say.
Okay.
We play a little bit like we don't really play by the book in the same way, obviously. By the way, that like handoff to like the pitch to handoff thing or whatever the fuck we did was incredible. That was super cool. We yeah, we did a bunch of that was weird. It was cool though. That Laporta catch was cool. But anyways, uh the Eagles, I feel like they're not gonna just not run the ball. They have Saquon Barkley. I just don't see them going away from the run game at any point, especially now that I know that Hurts is hurting. For me, I have a pretty clear answer. I agree with you what you said about how the Eagles probably have like a top 2 defense in the league. I'm pretty sure. Jaden Daniels is still gonna probably have a good game, but it's just not gonna. He's not putting up 45 points.
I think that's probably correct.
Yeah. So Eagles are gonna run the ball a lot against the team that you run the ball against a lot, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay. I will say prior to you saying that they have a bad run defense, I was leaning more towards the Commanders winning that game.
And did you see their run defense against the Lions when we ran?
I watched it. Yes, I watched that game.
It was not good.
See, I did not even pay attention to that. So I'm
Yeah,
glad you said that because you
that's
saying
why
that,
that's part of the reason I'm so frustrated because if we would have ran the ball,
well, yeah. I mean, you saying that that alone has flipped the scales. I'm picking Eagles to win
and I
because Saquon Barkley.
this is like the one time where yeah, I guess I can 100% just say yeah, Saquon Barkley. I can't even.
I've said
I mean,
Saquon
yeah,
Barkley every week.
if they give, if they simply just give Saquon Barkley the ball, which I expect them to do,
I'm sure they will.
because
He's probably gonna
they have
have a
more
200
common
plus
sense
yard
than
game.
Ben Johnson.
He's probably gonna have an over 200 yard game.
I'm put the line at 220.
Wow. I wonder what his odds are. Let's check
What are the conditions right now,
right now.
or what will they be?
The weather, you mean?
Yeah, will you look for me while
Sure,
you do that?
sure. Weather
I don't think it's gonna
in
make a difference because they're gonna run it either way. But
Philly. The weather
Sunday,
on Sunday is snow in the morning, followed by clear and chilly. 39
uh,
degrees.
oh, that's not bad at all.
Nope, not bad at all.
Okay, so it's not gonna play a part. It's not gonna play a factor.
Probably not, no.
I don't expect many field goals at all.
That's fair. Okay.
Are we ready for Bills Chiefs, or do you have any
No.
more thoughts?
I was looking
Okay.
up.
Well, okay.
I was looking up
Fine. Do that.
the odds on Saquon Barkley's over under.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. All right. So NFL. NFL odds. NFL game odds. Philly.
Honestly, this bracket maker is pretty good.
It's not bad. Running back props. Saquon Barkley is over under 129.
That that is so free.
I would take the over.
100%.
Over
He's gonna finish at
129.
128, and he's gonna slide.
I'd be so mad.
Well, you know he did that.
I know, I watched it.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley's total rushing yards, including overtime, is 129, over under 129 and a half.
Ooh.
I might put a bet on that. Anyway,
Are you ready?
I am ready to move on, yeah.
Chiefs Bills.
Chiefs, Bills. Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah. So, in recent years, and I saw this stat, Josh Allen is 4-1 against either 4-1 or 3-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. I
And
think it's
0 and
4-1.
4.
Might be 5-1. No,
Ze-
it's definitely 4-1.
0 and 4?
Three,
0 and 3?
0-3, 0-3 in the playoffs. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like, however, in all those regular season games, and not to say, I mean, it was a two-score game, but I feel like there was definitely a gap at that time. And I feel like, and albeit it's only been one game and it was off of a three week bye, the Chiefs did not have that playoff impressiveness to them that they have had in the past.
They did not.
Like
Kelsey did.
last year, didn't they fucking walk all over who they versed in the first round? Who they versed in the first
That's what I'm
round?
thinking. Who did they even play? The Steelers last year? Was that last year or the year before that? No, that
I
was
can't.
that was the year before because Big Ben. Um,
Who all did they verse last year?
I don't know.
Bills, Ravens.
They played the Ravens in the championship. They played the Bills in the division, and they did not have the number one seed, so they
Yep.
did have to play somebody. Did they play the Texans again?
No, the Texans versus the Browns.
Um, wasn't the Bengals. It wasn't the Steelers. Wasn't anybody from the AFC South. Dolphins.
That's right. Yeah, that cold ass
Dolphins.
game.
Negative 26.
And the Chiefs balled out in all three games last year. I
They
really
didn't. They did not really ball out in the championship game.
okay. I really, and this is a way more dramatic term than it actually is, but I feel more like a dynamic shift this year where I just genuinely don't think the Chiefs are that good this year. I mean, they played sloppy against the Texans team with Stroud, who was injured, and they even played a sloppy game while having 8 sacks to show for it. The
Yeah.
D line was fantastic, but that's not going to matter against a quarterback who has taken the least amount of sacks in the league,
Since joining.
pure, purely from his own mobile skill. It's just not. It's not gonna have that big of an impact where they're not gonna have 8 sacks. You know.
If they have 8
They,
sacks, I'm gonna be so hype.
hmm
I don't think it's gonna happen though. It'd be incredible,
I
but I don't think it's gonna happen.
the defense for the Bills has cleaned it up. They've been all right. The offense has been solid. It's difficult to really say that they had a fantastic game when it's hard to gauge when you're versing a team of practically the exact same caliber
Yeah,
because you know what I mean.
yeah, it is.
I I really, and I know I picked the Chiefs the last 2 times. The last time was kind of a troll, like where I was like, no, the Bills aren't gonna win, but I really do feel like the Bills have this year.
Okay, should I remind you of what you said?
I don't need to be reminded because I know.
Okay. Should I just remind you one more time?
I have the Bills.
Okay.
Bada boom.
Boom, boom. There you go.
How about you?
Well, like you said, Josh Allen has never beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Now, that does not guarantee that it won't happen by any stretch of the imagination. The
Right.
Chiefs did not play their best on Saturday. They simply did not. And Travis Kelce played great.
Yep.
D-line kind of went ham sandwich right there at the end. It's a hard game for me to pick.
Yeah.
It's a hard game for me to pick because we know that the Chiefs can do it.
Yeah.
We know the Chiefs can do it
Yep.
from
We
past
sure do.
experience. We know this. They've done it every year. We know that the Bills are a good team. But something happens to Josh Allen on the championship level scale.
I feel like Josh Allen hasn't been the real problem. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like he's been his best, but it's not like he's been playing stinkers in these games.
One of
He
those
didn't. He
years,
didn't. He didn't. He
one of,
didn't pull a Jared Goff.
one of those years he threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah, well, that was also years just throwing a fuck ton of interceptions.
Yeah. Now he has learned from his past mistakes. He does not do that nowadays. Who's to say that's not going to happen on Sunday? You know, I can't say for sure that he won't revert to his old self. The pressure of the stage. You know, it could happen. It could also happen that the Bills will come out and put up 70 points against 0 to the Chiefs.
I feel like
The Chiefs, no, the
I feel
Bills,
like Josh Allen is sick of losing.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. I'm sure I would be.
Yeah, I really do.
I would be. So while I will
I
say,
really do think that plays a factor in it.
I will say as much as I really want the Chiefs to win, as much as that is, because it's a lot, I genuinely, wholeheartedly believe that right now, this second, the Bills are the better team.
Yeah.
I believe that the Bills are the better team, and that's why I'm picking them. That's
What
what
about
I
home
think.
field advantage?
I don't know that that'll matter much. I don't know that
Okay.
that'll matter much because in the regular season he came in here and
Yeah.
I mean, it was last year, but he came in and wiped the floor. So yeah, I say
Yep.
wiped the floor. I mean, he won. Wasn't like it was a shutout or anything. But again,
His two other L's were at Arrowhead, weren't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is regular season, so it's postseason now. Chiefs
Indeed.
always step up in the postseason,
They didn't against the Texans.
but they won, so
Yeah.
doesn't matter. They won.
I mean, I think it does matter when you're talking about whether or not the Chiefs have stepped it up.
Yeah, but they haven't stepped it. Just because they haven't stepped it up yet doesn't mean that they won't or can't. You know, maybe I should.
I just don't think they're on the same level.
Maybe I should pick the Chiefs.
You do you, man. I just don't think they're on the same level. I just figured you'd have like a like Chiefs winning because of something like home field advantage type thing.
No, no. If anything, I would pick the Chiefs over the Bills because of the fact that it's the playoffs now and that the Bills never beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. But it's only never until it happens.
At some point,
It has to happen at
but
some
it's
point.
like it's like heads or tails. Like y'all got like 3 tails in a row. So maybe it's time for heads.
Okay, I have no idea what you're saying by that, but I'm gonna leave my choice as it is.
Okay.
So we have the same Super Bowl.
I'm saying the odds are 50-50, and it's gone one way 3 straight times. It's bound to go the other way.
Eventually, for sure.
All right, so we both have Eagles Bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable with that, but yes, that's what we have for what I think is going to happen. Especially if the Chiefs play like they did. I mean, just that's it. Chiefs play like they did. Bills are going to win, no problem. Bills play like they did against the Chiefs that play like they did. Game's over. Bills are going to win, no question. If either of these two teams change and play differently,
Yeah.
it could change entirely. But based off of what I just saw, then yeah, that's what I'm sticking with it. Done. Okay, Super Bowl, Eagles, Bills.
Indeed. This is a really... I don't know who to pick for this.
Really?
Do you?
Oh, I know exactly who I'm picking for this.
Eagles?
No,
Really?
really, really.
I feel like if the Bills make it this far, it does make sense.
I believe that if the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, they will not lose.
Aren't they like 0 for 4 in the Super Bowl?
I don't know, probably. But you know what they didn't have all 4 of those times?
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. You know what they still don't have?
Who?
Saquon Barkley.
Oh.
But you know what they do have instead?
The Bills have the 5th worst third down defense in the league.
Really?
Yep, 16th best red zone defense.
That's why, okay.
The Eagles are literally at the top of every single one. Their
The Eagles
worst
have the
rank,
best defense in the league.
their worst ranking is 10 for rushing defense.
The Eagles have the best team in the league. Defense in the league.
They're number 1 for passing D. They're number 1 for total D. They're number 10 for rushing. They're number 2 for scoring. Number 5 for red zone. Number 3 for third down.
It's a very good defense.
Do you want to hear the Bills?
Sure.
Bills are 28th for third down defense. The
Wow.
Bills are 16th for red zone defense. The Bills are 11th for scoring defense. The Bills are 12th for rushing defense, and the Bills are 24th for passing defense. And the Bills are 17th for total defense.
You know, you might be convincing me to change my pick to the Chiefs now with these stats. Actually, you have convinced me with these defensive stats. Who'd they play last week? The Ravens? Hmm. And Lamar threw 2 picks. And you might have convinced me just now. Reading off the defensive stats, because the Chiefs have a fairly good third down conversion rate. Easily top 10, I think. It used to be top 5. I don't know if it still is, but it's easily top 10. Third down conversion rate. Their red zone conversion is pretty bad.
The Chiefs are 26th for third down defense.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I could have told you. I could have told you if it was third down that they were getting it.
They're tied for Patriots, one above the Bills.
Yeah.
Let me
now,
look at.
I'm really evaluating the Chiefs now. The Chiefs and Bills game.
I'm not.
I am. I'm reevaluating it.
The Bills' total defense is number 10, and the Chiefs' total defense is number 6. Sorry, no, offense is number 16. So the Bills have a better total offense. The Bills are top 10 in passing offense, and the Chiefs are 14.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills are number 9 again in rushing offense, and the Chiefs are number 22. The Bills are number 2 in scoring offense.
They do. They score a lot.
And the Chiefs are 15th.
I was gonna say they do not get touchdowns a lot.
The Bills have how good would you say how good was your red zone defense?
Red zone defense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you're saying that stat.
The red zone defense is 8th, but the Bills' red zone offense is 2. I think this is the best way to compare it in all honesty. Third down offense, the Chiefs are number 2.
Yeah.
The Bills are number 7.
Yeah, the Chiefs have a very good third down offense.
And you guys both have terrible third down defense.
Yes.
So
really it's going to come down to red zone is what it sounds like. And what I'm hearing is that the Bills have a better red zone offense and a better red zone defense.
No, your guys' red zone offense. Wait, no, yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about third down offense still and defense.
Now red zone.
Yeah. Your Bills' red zone offense is 2, and the Chiefs are
20.
22.
Yeah, I was like, it's bad.
But you both have terrible. Actually, no, my bad. Both. Chiefs' red zone defense is better than Bills. Slightly. But I think that'll make up for the gap for sure with the red zone offense. I think the red zone offense of the Bills will overtake the red zone defense of the Chiefs.
I think you're probably right.
The likelihood to.
I think you're probably right. I'm going to leave it.
The Chiefs' red zone offense
was bad.
Doesn't match up well against the red zone defense of the Bills either.
Yeah.
Okay. But Eagles, Honestly, the stats 100% favor the Eagles. At least I'm pretty. I'm gonna see how many categories they're above the Bills in overall. They're above them in total defense. They're gonna be above them in every single defense.
Oh, for sure.
Every one, two, um, three, four, five, six. So all six defensive categories.
That makes sense.
Okay, the Bills are over the Eagles in offense. In one, two, three. The Eagles have this one, so that's 7-3. Um, 7-4, right? Yeah, 7-4. Eagles have a better total offense though. So 8-5. How does that work? That makes no sense. So the offenses are pretty even, but the defenses are not.
That's what I would expect.
How does the red zone compare? So Bills obviously have a really good red zone offense.
They do.
Why can't I find the fucking Eagles?
Because they're never in the red zone. Saquon Barkley just runs 90 yards.
So red zone compared to red zone. Okay, so the Bills have a higher red zone offense than the Eagles have a red zone defense.
Okay. Okay.
And it is the Eagles' worst category on offense is red zone offense. And the Bills are somewhere around the middle in that, so they could win the red zone battle, which would mean that the Eagles' probability of winning would come off of chunk plays, probably. Where, in regards to like, let's look at passing defense. The Eagles have the best passing defense in the league. Actually, no, I'm looking at the Bills. The Bills have one of the worst passing defenses in the league. They're number 24. You know what? It's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Okay.
And after all these analytics, I'm just gonna go Josh Allen.
Yeah, baby.
He took down the dragon, and then he's gonna feast on it. Well, munching on some eagle.
Okay.
I don't have any analytical reason as to why the Bills will beat the Eagles. I just feel like at that point. Wait, what were so the Chiefs lost in the AFC Championship how many times? 3? 2?
One.
Only one?
Twice. Patrick Mahomes twice.
One to Burrow, in which they lost in the Super Bowl. And what about the other team?
Brady.
The Patriots? Did he win against the Rams?
He did not.
Was that against the Rams?
Yeah, it was against the Rams. And he did win against
Okay,
the
then
Rams.
he won. Yeah.
And he did win against the
So,
Rams.
all right, so it kind of evens out, so that wouldn't really. It's not like the Honolulu flu.
Don't know what that is.
So
Sure.
there was a insane analytic that stopped somehow because of the Titans, which was like 7 games into our schedule. And it was the Titans, where every single team we versed and we won. Actually, no, it didn't even matter if we won. Every single team that we versed, they lost the next week.
Wow. I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Even happened with the Vikings. Both times.
Wow. Okay.
The Vikings 4 losses We're in the exact same order of Lions Rams, Lions Rams.
All right. So while I don't see Josh Allen losing in the Super Bowl,
Yep.
I am inclined to pick the Eagles. I will be
I mean,
inclined to be rooting for the Eagles in this situation.
pick them.
That
This is the
being
only way that
said,
you can at least tie me on the scoreboard.
that being
Is
said,
if you pick the same as me, you can't win.
that being said,
You can only tie.
um, so that being said, I'm gonna pick the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm going to pick the Eagles, and my reasoning is the following:
No. If
Jalen
if
Hurts.
wait, wow, I can't believe that came out of your mouth.
What? Why? I wasn't done with my sentence. You said
I thought
wait,
you
so
were
I
gonna
stopped.
I thought you were gonna say Saquon Barkley.
Oh no. So Jalen Hurts, when he lost that Super Bowl to the Chiefs, he walked
Yeah.
away, and there's the famous picture that was taken of him walking out of that stadium, off that field, and he set that to his home screen on his phone. It was like, this is my motivation.
Yeah.
I think that he will be like, not again. I
That's
think
respectable.
I think he will be like, not again. And I think he will play probably the best game of his entire life
Okay.
at that moment.
I respectably, and now I haven't really watched a lot of Eagles, but I don't really see. Now, I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. Never would I say that. But I don't understand the hype, like that level of hype, the standard that he's held to. I don't see it.
What do you mean?
I just don't think he's as good as people say he is. And I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying that I don't think he's as good as.
He's your Justin Herbert.
I never said he was trash.
He's your Justin Herbert.
Not at all.
He's your Justin Herbert. It's okay. We all have a Justin Herbert. Mine is Justin Herbert.
You just blindly hate Justin Herbert.
I don't hate Justin Herbert.
You
I just
very
think he's
do.
bad. I just can't believe they paid him so much money for doing nothing. Nothing in his career. He has done nothing. Nothing of value. I just don't. I can't believe they gave him so much money. Okay, anyway. It's not dog on Justin Herbert hour. I'm
It
picking the
always is
Eagles.
for you.
It always is. I'm picking the Eagles because I don't think Jalen Hurts will be able to live with himself if he makes it there and does not play well. Also, Saquon Barkley.
I feel like, if anything, the passing of the Eagles will have more of an effect in this game than the running.
I
Not
do
to say
too.
that the running won't do its thing,
I do too. I
but
think Jalen
Bills'
Hurts.
run defense is pretty solid.
I do too. I think Jalen Hurts will literally put the game on his back or his legs
Yeah.
because that's what he does. Okay, those are our picks.
Indeed.
We will
So,
return one more time.
indeed. So, for my want, again, I had Bills Commanders with the Bills winning, and you had Eagles Chiefs with the Chiefs winning.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are good here.
Great.
Bye.